Hello everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome to, let's max screen this, the Heroes of the Storm PTR patch notes for October 10th, 2016. This is going to be the Samuro patch. It has come live just now, so going to get this up on YouTube ASAP. And then I'm going to hop on and live stream actually some gameplay. Should be pretty cool. So do expect to see, I'm quite busy actually this week, but the videos might come out at random times, but there will be videos up on Samuro, probably a couple at least, because I think he's going to be amazing. I think a lot of people are hyped for him, and I think it's probably quite justified. Got to play him and find out. There's also a new game mode, which you're going to try out. And yeah, exactly. There's going to be stuff up. It won't be the regular times though, probably, but it'll be up when it's up. Anyway, let's dive into this. So yeah, this is out now. This patch will come live on October 10th. There's also, I'll show you as well, there's a new patch coming out in a couple of days time, which is going to be like in the interval. But anyway, here we go. So Hollow's End is here. There's going to be a new event. That's pretty cool. So there's going to be 50% XP bonus until the week of November the 2nd, so that's great. Bear in mind as well that the event for the Machines of War should be ending very soon as well. I think with this patch that's going to be over, but this new event is going to be taking its place, so that's pretty cool, pretty fun. 15 games in any game mode except for these ones, and you get a Deputy Valor portrait. Hooray, portraits, so much fun. I don't know, people care about that, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, here we go though. This is much more interesting in my opinion. We got Samuro, the new hero. He's the Blade Master, very similar to the Blade Master from Warcraft 3, and very interesting actually that he's been in Heroes of the Storm. Well, basically since they announced the game, even pre-release, I think even pre-alpha, this guy was like in the original roster of heroes, and he's only coming out now. But he looks a lot of fun. Sort of this high skill cap melee assassin who's got a lot of tricks up his sleeves. So his trait, his advancing strikes, basic attacks against enemy heroes will increase your movement speed by 25% for 2 seconds. You can create mirror images of himself, kind of like Nova's decoy, but they do a portion of your damage by default, by 50% of your current health, and they last for quite a long time, 16 seconds, 2 active at once. So we'll find out how exactly those work when we get into the game. One of his heroics works really interestingly with that. Critical strike is going to be one of his main sources of damage, which is that your next basic attack, you can activate this button, press it, your next attack will do 50% bonus damage. It will crit, which is pretty cool. And then you and your mirror images will automatically crit as well every 4th basic attack. He'll have obviously talents built into all these sort of things and extra uses and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. It also won't break Wind Walk. What is Wind Walk? Well, that's his E. You can enter stealth for up to 8 seconds or until you attack, use an ability or take damage. That's important. So yeah, it's this ability you can activate to go into stealth. For the first second, if you take damage, it won't break the stealth, but if you take damage after that, it will. Or if you do any ability or attack, it will. But bear in mind as well that using a critical strike won't actually break your stealth. So you can like run in with stealth, crit someone, and then run out still in stealth, I guess. Which is kind of interesting. Yeah, you also get some bonus movement speed while that's active. So it's going to be really interesting as this sort of ganking hero, or kind of going in and then stealthing out again. It's going to be very important to kind of pick him into heroes, I suppose, that can't break stealth very easily. Like someone like, for example, Zool, right? Zool's got a lot of point and click abilities. His scythe is a sort of skill shot, but that's quite easy to dodge. So you, for example, could run around Zool. I think he was actually in the trailer. Samuro was dodging around him and stuff like that. I could be wrong about that, but I don't know. Anyway, Blightstorm then is your first heroic. So you're going to spin around. You're going to do a lot of damage. It's pretty straightforward. Then much more complex one, which is Illusion Master. You can activate it to swap one of your mirror images, and then you can also control your mirror images kind of individually, I presume somewhat like the Lost Vikings, and then they also deal additional damage. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm very excited to test this guy out, see exactly how he works. I mean, he's just badass, right? He's just a badass. He's so cool. Taste my blade and all that stuff from Warcraft 3. The memories, the nostalgia is going to be strong. Next up, we have a new game mode, which is Heroes Brawl. It's an action-packed new game mode. Hooray, very exciting. It's going to be very similar to the Brawl mode in Overwatch or the Brawl modes in Hearthstone. So those other Blizzard games have the same sort of thing. It's going to be 3 different types of match, and there's going to be one specific brawl every week. You will get bonus rewards for playing. It says down here, if you do 3 brawls each week, you'll get some big bonus rewards. They're talking something along the lines of like you get 1,000 gold or something, just straight up. And they should be pretty short game times as well. Some of them will be the 20-minute average game time, but some of them will be 4 minutes, 10 minutes, that sort of thing. Yeah, so a bit of extra interview I picked up from a couple of bit of extra information I picked up from a few interviews I read. But yeah, there will be arenas. So you'll pick one of 3 randomly selected heroes, and then you'll just fight people over objectives. And first team to complete the objective twice will claim the victory. Pretty cool. I think these are smaller maps, so it'll be like two Punishers or something fighting in the middle. You get points. This is one of the examples I saw. You get points for killing enemy heroes. You get a lot of points for killing a Punisher. The Punishers start fighting each other, but then start attacking the heroes. It's a really small, like, little map, and kind of cool, right? Then there's also going to be Mutators, which is just kind of wacky rules and stuff for just the regular battlegrounds. But I don't know, it'll be something like everyone plays Nova or something like that. Then there'll also be single lane stuff. So basically, we already got this in a way with the Lost Cavern and the ARAM battleground maps that people create. You can find that through the ARAM channels on Europe, at least. I presume on the US servers and the other servers too. But this will be kind of built into the actual Brawl thing. And that's a lot of fun, the ARAM game mode. But yeah, you'll find out more information in the game. And there you go. You've played. I don't think there's anything too much important here apart from that. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah, it's just like the main things you play free every week. Some people are going to love this. I'm sort of interested. I think it sounds like fun. For me, my main interest is in ranked. I like that kind of game. It's what I'm into. But I will dabble in Brawl from time to time. I'm interested to see if you guys would like to see a Brawl video every week when it comes out. Yeah, we might also play these as like a community games, because I've been thinking very much about starting up the community games as well. People have been asking about that a lot. Again, I've done it in the past and then kind of fall out of it, but I'm thinking of bringing it back, and I think like Heroes Brawl will be a really fun thing to bring into it. I've also said that the matchmaking will be fairly loose for this, just to get quick games, fun games. It's not going to be too serious. So yeah, I mean, I know from experience that I quite like Brawl in Hearthstone, because I think the play mode in Hearthstone sucks because I don't have any cards, so it sucks. And then in Overwatch, I played like 1 or 2, but I didn't really care. I feel like that's kind of going to be mostly, to be honest, my attitude towards it. In Here's the Storm, I think it's going to be cool, it's going to be fun, but I probably won't play more than the 3 every week, to be honest. Like, that's just me. Some people will love it, so it's up to you. But I think it's very, very cool that this is in the game. I think it's a really cool option. Bearing in mind, like, as well, I'm a very casual Hearthstone player. I just dabble in it from time to time. So I need to close Facebook, but it will fucking start popping up shit and private shit, so I don't want to. I'll deal with it later. Very annoying. I should have closed that. I suck. Alright, next up, we got a couple of things. So, some heroes are getting facial animations, etc. Illidan and Vala, so that's very exciting. It's going to be weird, actually, to get used to at the start, but very exciting. Core attacks will sort of display splash damage, visually better. Cannonballs on Blackheart's Bay are going to look better. I don't think it's in the map rotation, unless they're bringing it back. They don't say in this. I didn't notice anything about that, but there you go. And Sky Temple is going to work a bit better. That's cool. Custom Hearthstone animations for Diablo and ETC. I'm not sure what the ETC one is. Probably playing his guitar or something. I think the Diablo one is he starts like pacing back and forth and looking kind of intimidating. It's pretty cool. This is actually very important down here. Some abilities and stuff have received visual updates. Cleanse. This is going to be huge, especially for higher level games. And also making it actually noticeable in lower level games. But Cleanse, I think it's going to do some sort of sparkly thing on the player you cast it on. It's been one of the big issues in the game. They've waited too long to bring this in. It should have been here sooner, but I'm glad it's here now. Cleanse, if you don't know, it's level 7 talent for a lot of supports, and then it removes all CC and makes that target immune to CC for 1 second. It makes them, unstoppable, I should say. So it's an absolutely massive deal. Bing, bing, bing. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I may not have even turned on the stuff down there in the sound, but yeah, it just, because sometimes you find that you use Cleanse on someone, they don't even realize that you've cleansed them, and they kind of stand there, and then they start moving like a half a second later or something. You're like, oh, you could have moved quicker. But it just lets people, it's so much more information in the game that really should be much more visible, and it's going to help people use Cleanse more effectively, be more aware of when it's been used. Or for example, if you miscast the Cleanse as your support, you know, the enemy team might not necessarily notice, and now it'll be more noticeable when the Cleanse comes out. You can play around it. Both teams can play around who's used Cleanse, and I think it's really good. This stuff's also been changed as well. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be changed, but it's going to be cool. Probably made the evasion from Illidan a bit more visible, I would assume, and there must have been a bug with that skin that it looked kind of weird. But anyway, there is going to be a bundle for Samuro, and Nexus Challenger, Nexus Conqueror bundles. Don't know what they are yet, but the Starter and Triumph bundle are gone. One thing I would say is try to find out on the forums or something closer to this date what these bundles actually contain. I don't know if they're going to be up on the PTR yet, but I know that these two bundles, I think I actually bought both of them myself. They're really good value. It's like 67% off or something, like really good value for picking up some heroes and skins for yeah, pretty, not too much money. So if they're going to go, Hopefully these ones will be good value as well. But yeah, these, you may want to pick those up before they leave. I'm not sure. Again, I don't know what the new ones are going to be, but these ones were excellent. So do bear that in mind. They're going to be gone. I think that's kind of important. Going to have some mount changes and skins for Samuro. That's cool. There's also going to be voiceover lines when a player is promoted to a new league tier. I don't know what that's going to be like. Diamond, Platinum. I don't know. I should do it. I should be a voice actor. It'd be great. We don't have any hero changes, by the way, in this patch, so that's something. There's going to be a new player chat, which is nice. You're going to be in that channel automatically until you reach account level 20. That's cool. There's going to be a daily win bonus. So the first game you play, the first game you win each day, you'll get bonus XP and gold. That's quite nice. Just a little extra bonus, a little extra incentive to come on and play each day. This bit was a little bit confusing to me. There's XP bonuses for playing with friends and in a party. So playing with a friend will award 25% bonus XP, and then playing in a party will award additional bonus XP. So I was initially thinking like, oh, now with 2 players you're only getting 25%. It used to be 50% before. That sucks. But they say here that playing in a party with 1 friend will still award a total of 50% bonus XP, but playing with other people will add more. So I'm a bit confused. I guess, like, say if you just get that 25% bonus just straight up. I guess if you play with 2 players, that's 50%. If you play with if there's 3 of you in the party, it's going to be, what's it, like 58%? I think that's how it's going to work. You're also going to get bonus XP for Hero League and quite a substantial amount for playing Team League. I like this a lot. I think it's extra incentive to play those game modes. I think it's good. I think it's really nice to have that right there. If there's play mode stuff, this is really nothing special. It's just suggested play modes and blah, blah, blah. Also, this is nothing special. They're just putting Hero Brawl statistics and stuff into your profile. Nothing important. This is a bigger change, and I was kind of confused about this. So you can skip the MVP and commendation screen. I know people have been asking for this. I don't know why myself. I thought it was fine, but apparently it's been an issue for some people. Not sure why. If someone knows, actually, you can let me know in the comments. That'd be helpful. But yeah, the MVP and commendation screen will now last for 50 seconds. I feel like what's it last for now? Like 20 or something like that? So my initial impression, if I'm right about this, is that it's going to last really long. So now you're going to pretty much always be pressing that exit button to exit. I kind of thought it made sense before, where you jump in, everyone knows there's like 10 seconds or whatever it is to vote, and then you're done. Everyone gets their votes in, and it's cool. I feel like now, like, are people just going to be exiting out, or like be waiting around for people to vote and they'll just leave? Like, I don't know exactly. Like, it's just going to hurt the MVP and commendation screen. I'm not sure. But again, I'm not sure how long it lasts at the moment, but it doesn't make sense to me for them to make it longer and add an opt-out button, because that just makes it a mandatory opt-out button, in my opinion. So I feel that's a bit dodgy, but I don't know. Also, this was funny. Bulwark will now take the number of deaths into account. So that's whoever soaked the most damage in the game. We actually had one of my videos was part of a post that went to the #1 spot on Reddit, where people were complaining about this. So that was kind of exciting for me. I was like, whoa, my god, I'm famous. But yeah, they're changing it, which makes sense because it was dumb. Yeah, they've just balanced the Dominator and Painbringer commendations, and they're nerfing Abathur, because obviously Abathur doesn't die. Deaths seem apparently very, very important to the MVP award, so he was getting it all the time. And yeah, there you go. We also have some bug fixes. There was a couple here that I thought were quite important. Let me find them. Okay, so this one's actually a pretty big deal. Apparently when 2 damage reduction effects were applied, so for example you press Hardened Shield, which is a 75% damage reduction, then let's say Lieutenant Morales comes along and does a Safeguard on you, which gives you resistant 25% damage reduction. It would just override the Hardened Shield and only apply resistant. So that's crazy. I didn't even know that was in the game, to be honest, but apparently it was. It's been fixed, so thank God, that's good. The other one I saw that's a pretty big deal. Wasn't in bugs, maybe not. No, it's down here, sorry, in the sound, yeah. Okay, so this is pretty huge changes to Illidan. The voiceover that plays while casting the hunt, the whole like, you are not prepared, or feel the hatred of 10,000 years. I can't remember what he says. You know it when you hear it, but I can't remember now that I have to think of it. But it's now only audible for Illidan and his target. That is a huge change, because normally it would let your whole teammates know, like it would let everyone know that you're going in. Now it's not going to do that. Only him and his target will know. So that's a big change. You really have to watch out for that. Illidan could be hunting onto one of your allies and you won't even notice. So that's kind of crazy. Maybe it will still play like a global like sound effect, like a swoosh or something. I'm not sure. But the voiceover isn't going to be global, which is kind of crazy. I part of me wonders if they're doing this because they just can't fix the damn volume of it. You know the way it always plays like max volume, even if your volume settings are lower and it's really loud. I wonder if that's what it is. But anyway, there's also oh, never mind. Okay, the high pitched, and this is important as well. I should have read this. I'm stupid. No, okay. High pitched ambient sounds are no longer audible for the target's allies, but lower pitched ambient sounds will still play for all players and observers. I don't really know exactly what that's going to mean, but there will be some sort of information for everyone. High-pitched ambient sounds are going to be gone, so yeah. And then the voiceover will only be for a couple of people, so that's kind of a big deal. And there's other bugs here. I read through most of them. I didn't think there's anything too dramatic, but there you go. Let's get out of this for a second. Sick. Cool. Let's close Facebook. Cool. Should have done that. There's also this patch for October 12th. So let's just dive through this real quick. I didn't actually read this one yet, but I think it's pretty small. All right, some hero changes. Okay, cool. This is a kind of interesting change. Obviously, if you guys know at the moment, the nukes on Warhead Junction get a huge boost of damage at level at 14 minutes into the game. So they're going to change that to 18 minutes. They've said that they're going to make them scale in a future patch. They just haven't brought that in yet, and that it will mirror the core scaling, which makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more intuitive, as opposed to now, like 17 minutes you fire a nuke, and then you fire one at 19 minutes, and the 19-minute one does like way more damage. It's kind of dumb, right? They've also halved the damage bonus for the center of the nuke. So the nukes are going to be a lot weaker. Just bear that in mind. But they are going to be changed quite a bit in the future. Let's take a look at some of these hero changes. So Vala, they've improved the damage of Rain of Vengeance. Cool. They've buffed the Caltrops, the damage on the slow. All right. They've buffed Death Dealer. I think it still sucks. They've nerfed Frost Shots. All right. So I think those are pretty reasonable changes to Vala overall. Boosting up a couple of her, I think probably two of her least popular talents right there. Nerfing Frost Shots, which is her most popular one, probably level 16. And then just a little bit of that damage buff, like 10% damage for Rain of Vengeance, which is, I think, maybe a little bit underperforming. So I like the changes to Vala, just kind of tweaks. And Zebo, the damage for Gargantuan has been reduced. The damage for Ravenous Spirits has been increased. And then the cooldown of the spiders, the Q, has been reduced by 1 second, which is pretty cool. Ooh, that's actually kind of a big deal, this level 7 talent. So this is if you hit, I believe, one target with your Q, with your jar of spiders. It will now spawn 2 additional spiders if you only hit one enemy with that jar. So that's actually kind of a big deal. And then they've nerfed Dead Rush. Again, it was what I experienced. I haven't seen him much actually in Ranked. But when I played him, I felt that Dead Rush felt very powerful. So they've reduced that a bit. They've also nerfed the Ring of Poison, which was apparently very good, and they've buffed Soul Harvest, which makes sense. It's an active, it's more difficult to use, so making it a little bit more impactful. And yeah, then they're making the cooldown just a little bit longer for Humongoid. That's fine. So the zombie wall talents are being a little bit too good, and they're giving a little bit of a buff to the corpse spiders, nerfing Gargantuan. Yeah, I think this makes sense. You know, he's just going to be pretty good overall. He's going to be pretty much the same, but just a little bit of tweaks to his thing. Makes sense. Nurse from Malfurion. Hooray! Thank God. Okay, so the mana cost has been increased. Makes sense. He is, by the way, if you guys haven't been watching my rank series, at the moment, Malfurion is like the best hero at sort of the Master, Grandmaster, Diamondy type levels of play. He's just insanely strong. It's disgusting. This is good. Okay, let's check this out. Cooldown has been increased on the roots. Yes, thank you. The mana cost has been increased, and then a little bit more delay. So the roots are still going to be very powerful roots, but you're not going to be able to use them as often. Okay, I like these changes a lot. He's probably still going to be very good, but the roots aren't going to be as oppressive as they were, and you have a little bit more mana problems. So I like these changes. I feel like he'll still probably be very strong, is what I kind of think. Ooh, they removed Rampant Growth as well. Yeah, he'd still probably be very strong, but yeah, we'll see exactly where he ends up. But still a good support, I reckon. I don't play Malfurion myself, so I don't know. They've nerfed Shen's health. They've nerfed his regen a little bit. Fair enough. They've also, yeah, okay, so his Storm, Earth, and Fire are going to be a little bit weaker because of that max health decrease. Refreshing Elixir has been buffed, and I think that's actually quite substantial. I think it's a pretty good talent. Pressure Point has been nerfed a little bit, and then this has been changed just because of the max health stuff. So just small little tiny nerfs to Chen, and then a little bit of a buff to that one talent that was maybe not, I think it was like never chosen. I remember looking at hot slogs and it's like never chosen. It's only the other two that are ever chosen, so making that much more attractive. I think it makes sense. ETC then, let's check out these changes. boosting Guitar Hero. I think that makes sense because it's not great in my opinion. They're boosting Pinball Wizard, and they're nerfing Echo Pedal, like slightly, just a teeny tiny bit, in 10% nerf, I guess. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I like these changes. Makes sense to me. And then making mic check a little bit better makes sense to me as well. Just little tiny tweaks to the talents. Nothing that's going to massively impact him. Zarya nerfs to Zarya as well. Okay, that's good. So her damage has been nerfed. Her health has been nerfed. Her health regen has been nerfed as well. They've reduced the bonus energy from 25 to 20 on this. Again, I think this was, with the buffs they gave her, this became her best level 1 talent. And then they've... Ooh. Okay. They've improved Demolition's Expert. So they want this to be like the more... Or at least to make more of a choice in terms of a damage build. Because you go for this because it would just give you so much more damage. It was just the best damage build. Now they're trying to say, okay, this one not going to be as good for damage, and this damage option is going to be better. I like that. And then they're going to make the speed barrier at level 4 better. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think, you know, the basic attack damage thing, obviously that also scales with the energy. So that's going to be a fairly big deal. But yeah, they're just making her Q build a bit more attractive, making her basic attack energy build a little less attractive, and then just toning her down a little bit in terms of the stats. There you go. Yeah, again, there could be more stuff that's changed. There's no orange text here or anything. So a small little patch there. I like it. I think it makes sense. There's also the Samuro Spotlight, which I am going to watch, and it should be fun. But yeah, there you go, guys. I think cool little changes coming up on the PTR. Yeah, I think it looks like a lot of fun. I'm excited to dive in. No big hero changes here, just little, I feel like mostly relatively small tweaks here and there coming up shortly. The main thing is going to be Samuro, and then the big thing is going to be Heroes Brawl, which is going to be a new game mode that's going to be there. So thank you for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time for some more Heroes of the Storm. I should be live streaming a bit today as well, so come check that out if you're around. I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.